Welcome to the Archangel Michael's chat, and welcome to Sparta. As God would say, let's put some light on the subject. And there we go. A little bit of light for now. Give it a little bit ethereal. Haven't been on for a while. Had a bit of a sore throat, actually, for a few days. Lost my voice. And I couldn't go on live if I couldn't talk. Plus YouTube and its games. Striking me and then unstriking me because there was no cause or grounds. Stopping me from giving super chats, talking to the people I connect with. I'm quite surprised who I know. YouTube doesn't want the virgins. Many good people fighting many different good battles on different battlefields. And there is one common factor. Myself. Each one I go into, the real big ones, the ones that have got messages and quite a few followers, they blocked me from them. And those could not go into each other's chats because of the controversy. They face different ones. They face different challenges. But they all have one common theme. Those that hurt children. The connection words. Hello, Margie. How are you going? It's been a while. Yes, it has. I get some headers. Well, I got a bit of a beard going, so sometimes the hairs get stuck in the mask, up into my mouth, and it's annoying. But how are you? I hope I find you well. I'm okay, that's right. But that's the way it is. You know, chuck us alike, Margie. Get it kicking off. But that's the way it goes. I've been, like I said before when I started off, I've had a sore throat, lost my voice a little bit, and a few family issues, so I haven't been on for a while. Today would have been my mother's 84th birthday. Whoa, there you go. See, my mother, she's laying in the room there. She's in her 70s, so I think about 74, getting on to 75 soon. If she's anything like her mother, she'll live into her 90s. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's just the way life is. Oh, you want to know something? Before we get into the Lord's Prayer, I'll tell you about the bit of doom and gloom that the Archangel Michael has to face as a father. We lost my March 14th, okay. Yeah, 2020. Yes. Get off of there, Pepsi. You're not supposed to be on the bench. Oh, cats. No, my 13-year-old daughter decides she wants to play up, not go to school. You know, the girl, and the thing is, I know she doesn't want to go to school because of the English class. That's a given. I know that. But she has to be influenced by others before she will do it herself. She will not do it herself, see? And there's a wagging group of girls that don't go to school. They even put bloody their normal clothes in their bags. So I found out. And yes, over a period of time, the school can only take so much. And it's got to a time now, they rang me up and they said, you might have to find another school for Sophia. And that's something I don't really need to go through. So again, the old daddy's got to get down on his knees, crawl into the principal's office, and beg for another chance for his daughter's mistake. And yet the kid learns nothing. But that's the way of society. If I don't try to do that, right, well, what type of father am I? Now, if I was a single mother, they wouldn't have chucked that one on me. They would have said, no, my child, this, that, I'm right, that's it. That's how it is in Australia. And they would have shat themselves. Women have got a lot of power down here at the moment. Unfortunately, that's just the way the laws are. America, they changed it a little bit. And in Australia, they're still running that woke banter. As long as that's in charge in the mainstay, we've got a bit of an issue for the men down here. But no real say. But, we got to say, we're just losing our rights to that say. It's not a matter of men losing their rights or women gaining any rights. It's a matter of getting access to those rights. Because everyone's got the same rights, guys. She's an equal opportunity world. She is an equal opportunity world. Oh, this is going to start playing up, and I'm going to have to take the battery out because YouTube keeps striking me. And now everyone's gone. There was people watching, and now they're gone. Now they're gone. See, another one back. Flashes in, flashes out. That's me. That's YouTube attacking my phone. They shut my phone down before, and I turned it on. It will only show me the network. Oh, it's going to go. Bang. And bang. And that's how they do it. Just like that. That's what you call a proper attack. The phone, well, she's been corrupted. Only way I stay ahead of them is that I know most viruses cannot keep going if you pull the battery out. They have to reboot again. And because it's a circular virus, a Trojan virus, so doesn't sometimes you open something and it'll pop at you. Bastard. But that's what's happening. So maybe we need a little bit more light on the subject. Now, we've got a bit more God's light in the subject, and we'll say the Lord's Prayer. Maybe that could get it going. We'll see how we go there. You're trying to block me, YouTube. You try. Try to block me. You're the worst troll I've ever had, YouTube. No shit. You need to stop your troll activities and your troll activity and your promotion of pure evil. You know who's got the good messages. You you watch me talk to my sister Roma. You know that. I know you do. She knows you do too. But what have you got into her? Why, she doesn't talk to me, Mr. YouTube. Aye, indeed. Yes. Hey? I don't care. They want to keep getting this bloke. Because they know it's not a question mark. No. He's the real deal. And they know this. They see that when I go into all these different chats. How is he doing this? Every time someone else goes into the chat from there, they strike him out. They call them a troll. Why is this Archangel Michael able to go from chat to chat, from enemies to enemies, and yet he is never struck out of their chat? He is given a fair hearing. The chat sometimes favors him. YouTube knows the power of the Archangel Michael. And me being Michael the Archangel, well, they know that power all too well. It's a powerful name. People say, that's one of the best avatar names I've ever heard. And I say, well, it's not really an avatar name. It's actually mine. I can claim it. I'm the one that can. And no one else can tell me that this is untrue. It's the facts. Can't help that. Well, let's get the Lord's Prayer into the day. Let's get it into the day, God. Here we go, the Lord's Prayer. You're welcome to follow along, or you're welcome to just listen. It all counts. This one goes out to all those suffering a hard time, and especially to all those children that need justice. Justice for the Hadleys, justice for Jagger Wright, and justice for Nathaniel Rubin, always. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. And now we have God in the chat. And we can sit back and relax and go, take it easy now. I wish it could work like that, but now he's in the chat. The God's protection. And I haven't done it for a while, so even saying it once on my live covers all my shorts, all my content, everything. Everything. Right, it's a copyright disclaimer. Well, I'm not using anyone else's stuff, so, and they can't claim the Lord's Prayer. That's the Lord's Prayer. They can't own God. Right, my copyrights I've got to protect. So no one can come in and chop this up. And this is just as sound as saying all the official stuff. This channel's contents, including but not limited to text images and videos, are the property of Archangel Michael and are protected by the Copyright Act. Reproduction or distribution or any part of this copyright contented without my permission is strictly prohibited. And there you go. You've just had your disclaimer from the Archangel Michael. And now you're speaking to Michael the Archangel. Very tricky. It's like with the mask. I could be AI one day. That'll be right wicked. I'll be out there, I'll create the live AI, and that'll be something good. Then I can actually have the wings and all the sparkles and take you on a journey. But that requires more computing power. I find it strange I could do more on a phone with my AI than most people can do on the computer. And that's where I find most of my trolls come from. From the range of Roblox 14-year-olds up to Roblox, 35-year-olds. And you go and check their chat after they've given you a little message, AI slop, this, that. And you have a look at that one and you say, well, how old are you? You look at their content, if they got a couple of little video games, maybe some fucking AI that they've tried to have a go at. I don't run them down, I just see it and say, okay, fair enough. If that's the way you wish to be. I find most people, when they troll you, simply because they're jealous. I have an imagination, yes. Each one of my shorts is a story. It either has to do with the channel, myself, what I'm doing with other channels, what I may have happened. The last one I put up is there fighting YouTube the Beast. That represents how many strikes Sparta has had, and they just can't make them stand. Now, most of those strikes, I've had 2 before I met Jag. As soon as I've been with Jag, of course, comes with the territory. When you're fighting for freedom, you're always going to have the enemy attacking you from every direction, especially when you're outnumbered and outmonetized. I'm only little Sparta. We are a shield. That is my purpose. And my channel, if it has to be sacrificed, we will fight to the last breath. Simple as that. I was upset when 7 left in one go. I'm used to 1 or 2 leaving and coming back and slowly building my channel. But to see it get up to 1394, and to see 7 people left leave, well, they let them in the goat pass. So I went a bit doom and gloom. Sparta lost that battle. That's a lot of people for me to lose. I know for the bigger content creators, don't worry about this. Don't be numberish. But to a little small Sparta, a little seven that could hold an entire pass for a week in the real world. But see, they let them up that little broad path, and that's the end of that battle. But one battle doesn't win the war. It can, but not this war. Because we never retreat, we never surrender. We still got 1,300 and bloody, 1,387, so it's not like we're not without a force. It's like when the 300 fell. All that did was make the country more unified and gave them the option, oh, the king's fallen, we can get the 30,000 out now. And that's it, the full army went. Sacrifice is sacrifice. And channels are channels. You can always build them up. If I really want to, I just go on to TikTok, like I know with all them games, and I go live on there. I'm already monetized there. I've already got a subscription base where you can buy subscriptions, but I just haven't played around that one for about 8 months. But it's still there, still operational. It's still, I got money there. I just haven't collected it. It's probably about $600-700 there. I haven't even touched it. I just let it slowly build up. I'm not worried about giving them my details. Not yet. I put interest in. I don't like it. It's a bit of a meat market. They're a bit more game orientated. And what can I say? It's a little bit more childish. So, I don't know. We'll see how we go. But yes, if I wanted to make money, TikTok's right there. Not a problem. I was doing that before I started doing this. I thought, nah, bugger. I'll put all my effort into my YouTube channel. Because a YouTube channel, once you establish a good one, and you got it monetized and that, well, it can actually look after you if you play by the rules. But some of those rules we have to change. Like they keep attacking my channel, keep attacking Jag's channel, keep attacking all these good content channels that I go to and stopping me from going into there and giving them super chats. And then you got all these rich people playing the game. My name gets out there. Who is this fucking mod? What's he doing? Why cannot we get to him? Because you can't get to him. Because he can't. He's a fanatic. Oh, well, we'll just have to worry about doing him another way. Let's get us a computer freak. Get into his phone. Get into his channel. Change his settings. Mr. YouTube, can you help you? We can help you. We can start striking him straight away if you want. Have you got a reason? Not, we can just do it and piss part him around. So he's got to fuck around for 3 hours to try and find out what that happened for. And then we saw, sorry about that. That was a glitch in the system. And they just go click and come back again. Like they're just messing with me like you wouldn't imagine. Crazy. And you got all the other issues that I got in a normal fucking day. It just never ends with the Archangel Michael. I just said to Mom, I said, well, it's getting too time, Mom. I'm getting pissed off with all this shit. I have to look after those kids 40 days. Even though now they're being a brat, I've got to sort this Sophia out before that happens. Oh, God. Being a father's cruel. Worse than being an angel, I give you the tip. But you got to have it. You have got to do it. Someone's got to love them. Their mama ain't around. The so-called people that care for them, they want to bark up when I might do something wrong, but I don't. Try to blame me, and they say, oh, we care about children. You do this, do that. And then come to school holidays and you don't hear peep from them. That's crazy. You do this, you do that, in-laws, her side of the family. But that's just that. The kids see that, but, the kids play against each other too, So, they should know better. But, what can I say? What can I say? People do always get quick. Right? You get when you do something wrong, yeah, that's right. It's like trying to deal with the trolls in Jag's chat earlier on today. I've got the phone in one hand, trying to deal with these fucking trolls in one hand. They're seeing this. I can see people saying, he's in here, get rid of him, get rid of him. I'm trying to find the guy. I got the kids in the other hand like a seagull trying to fuck. Yeah. I got all these families, man. I got my heavenly family. I got my earthly family. I got my online family. Oh, gee. What's next? Oh, don't worry. I got my bush family, my nature family. Everything's our family. We're all connected. One big family. That's that thing about race. You keep putting yourselves in a race. I reckon we should just piss that off because it puts everyone in a race and no one's in no race. So, oh, that's that race. That's that race. Well, that's already put you in a race. Who's the best? Who's the fastest? Who's this? Who's that? Who's right? Who's wrong? Crazy. No, like I keep saying, skin everybody. We're all red underneath. And the only way you find out then is DNA. So, that's the way that is. Well, only been on for 20 minutes, but that's the way that goes. Things how it is. That's it, I guess. On for a little short time. Like I said, my channel's been struck. I stay on a little bit longer, try and get up some of those watch hours. I'm going to get my content straight. I was doing things with Chloe or Roma, but see, the issue is she's got a fiance. And, well, even though she deals with blokes, there's one certain bloke that, I kind of think that he gets a bit jealous about. So, and it's not that way at all. I see her as a sister. And that's it. A very good sister. She's helped me out. We've been together fucking well. Shit. Known her, that's why, because I've known her, a week less than him. And that's why he's a bit toy about us talking. So sometimes when I like to talk to her, she's not there. So that sort of got pulled back. I can't because he's, so I can understand that. She wants to make him proud. But it's still a pain in the ass. A pain in the bum. Because she was great help. I had a good thing going with that news thing. We had a lot of things lined up. And all of a sudden, tits up. But that's how life goes, you get those curveballs. You just got to take that foul and just line up again, I guess. That's it, But keep moving forward. I've got a plan. I've got to, crazy. I've got to try and get this kid sorted out. I want to go out, because it's gold season, see? I want to go out and find myself some money and show you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I know I will. I've got all the proper equipment. I know exactly where to go. Places where other people don't. I know that country is my country. I've got the land claim on it, 36,500 kilometers in the Western Desert, which is part of the gold fields. So I got clearance to areas where other people need to get permission. So I don't need that permission. Basically, anywhere on that land that's not a freehold land, I can camp on it. As long as I got a portable toilet, I can stay there pretty much forever. If I had trucks, I go straight in now, take off the first meter or first half a meter topsoil or some of those dunes out there, and the yellow sand dunes underneath. Pure yellow sand, ready to go for the cement mixing or for landfill or for the building industry. Ready to go. All you do is you get a big sieve, run it through the sieve first, which you just dozer it in. You can hire all this equipment and just run it out in trucks as is. $1,000 a truckload, the 5 ton there, you're charging so much a ton sand. And if you get an industry that wants that, well, you just ship it out to them. And I could do that now. I just pay a normal tax because it's not classed as a mineral. The government won't tax me so hard on it, and I can just go head on that hell so that. But that's also another thing. I'm also a person that has to look after the land. So do I go and destroy that land just because I want to make a buck? It's not quite as easy as that, guys. I get really teary when I'm out there, seeing how it's all dug up, all holes everywhere. I tried to silence the truth, but the prevailed in the end. Yes, well, we always prevail in the end. That's a given. Oh, Margie's talking. I've been ignoring her, but I read the map now. I'm not in a competition with nobody. That's right. We're not in competitions with nobody. I tried to silence the truth, but they're always going to try and silence that truth. And faith over fear always. But sometimes, well, faith can only go so far when you're facing something that's quite alive, quite unbelievable, and quite scary. Okay? Like if you walking through the bush, you can have faith, but you walk through the bush and come across a big giant wild boar or razorback that's like a ton and a half of crazy pig snarling at you. Well, if you want to have the faith in your legs, you can run. That's the only faith you're going to have there. It's going to save you. Praying for God, saying no to such a creature that just wants to eat you is no good. It's bear business, you know. A bear going to rip you apart. I'd be choosing that man every time. You'll be so much more safer. You know, you'll be so much more safer. It's that simple. That simple. That bear, well, it's going to do you damage every time. You know, and you're not going to survive with that bear. When you see it scratch across you, well, that's the thing. That's it. Finish. Not even men can survive from that sometimes. You know, they bloody go out to see car doors. He's going, and the car doors will feel open like his aluminium can. So no point choosing that bear. Bear just give you one strike like that, and you're not going to survive. Straight across the ear, rip you open like it's a car door. You'll be just like a bit of plasticine, like Play-Doh, to a bear. So it'd be best to choose that man every time. Sorry. Best chance with the man of survival with there. Why? Because if I go with the bear, he's going to eat me. One way or another, he'll eat you. In that case, I'm in trouble. Well, you know the funny thing? If my late partner was alive, she'd damn well agree with you. But I was her big teddy bear. Gee. We've got to be a bit bear-like to protect the family, of course, but you don't be that to the family. My daughter would speak otherwise. Oh, you're a big bear. I'm not. I just try to get things bloody even. If I was a big bear, I doesn't know about that. I tore a wolf in the dead. Finish. Now, option is, if you had a chance between a wild bear and a man to survive in that bush, your survival will be a lot higher if you went with that man. Now, happens to be a crazy man that wants to do you damage, well, this is when you need to prepare yourself. Always be watching for yourself, even no matter who you're with. You can't trust anyone, really. You might think you can, but you can't. One thing that is hard for me to take, and one thing I've lived my life by, is you can't trust nothing. Can't trust nobody. Can't trust man. I can't trust no woman. You can't trust no beast. You can't trust no child. You can't trust no one. The only person you can trust is yourself. And then you got to put God in you, and then you can trust Him, because He's in you then. Right? And that's what you need to trust. And then you can start trusting others. But you'll find it's best to keep in mind, even those that love you the most can turn into the worst enemy because they know you the most. Like my kids, I thought they was a wonderful little child, and now I've got to find another school. Well, isn't that miraculous? See, I got real problems as well. We got to, like, talking about when Jackson, we're talking about, like, you know, the girl in the Tesla. How old was she? 14, 15? See, this hits home with me. Because I've got one day allowance now, running around doing that shit now. And I'm controlling her really good because I'm a very good father. And yet it's still happening. So what are they watching? And I policed that. She hasn't got it now. It's sitting on a table there. She ain't going to get that after what she's been pulling. But then again, then it's going to retaliate. No, it's not on this electronics. That's Dad being an ogre again. Oh, I said, well, already showed her where she's going to go. I pointed it out months ago, and she never listened. Now they go to the St. Mary's place, where all the delinquent kids go. Yeah, when schools don't want them, that's where they go. And they go there, and funny enough, this is the funniest thing. They'll be reluctant to go to school, the one you send them to, but when they start going there, they want to rock up early. Crazy. But then that's a whole other kettle of fish. Because then if she has to go there because of no other school accepts her and I can't get the school that she's at to give her another chance, well, that'll be worse off again. Because now I've got a whole bunch of new delinquent style friends that are all batshit crazy, going to the batshit crazy St. Mary's so they can get some sort of bloody batshit education. So as you can see, being a single dad, it's pretty batshit. But the Archangel Michael will push through. You know, people coming in, they're looking at, gee, I can understand why you are the way you are. You still manage to find time to do all these other things in a day. Oh, how are you doing this? Well, day by day. Do it day by day, bit by bit, step by step. Sometimes it's a bit of a slippery step. Might fall back one or two. But you have to get back up and keep going. Gee, as a human, not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I'm learning that now. But it has to be done this way because that's the way the rules are. If I come down with their wings on, like the others did, well, I was just saying to my nephew, gee, if I come down with the wings on, gee, I'd be flying around plucking up all the women like they were. You know, look at me, I've got beautiful wings, you know. It'd go to me fucking head. Especially if I have to be a man to play the game. So a man men don't usually have wings, so that's how we roll it. Funny thing is, evil can manifest into those demons and that you know and you might hear of, you might see in pictures. Not so much the movies, pictures in the old text. Oh, they're quite real. Demons, dragons, little people, you know, big people, they're very quite real. No, they're not dead yet. They're not dead yet. People got to understand. It wasn't just 200 that come down with him. That was 200 powerful ones, 200 main ones, 200 strong ones, and 200 determined ones that stood by Satan, by Lucifer. But it was a third of heaven that come down with him. So you work that out, a third of 144,000 angels. That's how much he got backing him up. Okay? That's how many. That's how many. Simple. You got all them down there. So you got more than 200 that you got to play around with. They're just 200 strong ones, 200 real powerful ones. You know, might even have a little bit more power than him, some of them. Just he's the boss. He's the dope beat that they're listening to. Oh, I've been singing about blood, that's it. They're singing about sex, killing, and stealing up in heaven. Hey, they're still singing that now. That's the number one hits, aren't they? You sing about that, you get a number one hit. Plain simple, you know. Been singing it for a long time, and that industry, she's just right with it. Absolutely right with it. That's why we need a new one. That's why we need people to support Jag's idea about this artist-free industry. And that's it. Open up a brand new one. Flush the other one away. Right in front of their eyes. That'll be too lovely. That would be too lovely. And just think, the family, everyone here, well, you've all been a part of something miraculous, fantastic, and good for the future. You know, it all depends. You don't want to be greedy, you can run that industry beautifully. But people are too greedy. Once you get a bit of money involved, they start stabbing each other in the back. Then one realizes, well, maybe I can stab them all in the back, get pictures of them all, then I got them all under the thumb, and then I can be the boss. You know? Or you'd be like Michael Jackson, buy up all the rights to all their music and all their names, and tell them what they can do. Strange that. He sacked the guy that was his monetarily advisor, Michael Jackson. And then when he passes away, all those rights and royalties and all those singers and artists that Michael Jackson had all their stuff for, he owned them basically. Well, that guy, he actually owned all that stock, as you might as well say. So how did that happen? And I don't know. I think he's sold it back. No, back to Sony. Who knows? Who knows? But that's how the game is. You got to click a link on top of everybody. Own all their rights, and that's it. You own them. They belong to you then. That's how you beat a big fish. No, that's the name of the game. They go evil though. They put in that bloody Celtic shit. They put in that demon worshipping, Satanism, no cruel things. And they start getting all this money. And then once you've done everything that you can normally do with money, well, what are you going to do? They're going to start bloody squid gaming things. So you get all this evil happening. Oh, there's still a lot of kids being trafficked around because of those diddy white parties and that. And we still haven't heard a tap about that. Very disgusted that he didn't get all those 5 charges completely guilty. But, we'll see. 4 years, we'll see. They better drum up some more charges for him. They better be coming, because there's lots more. You got weapons. You got all that drugs in that baby oil. What about all those tapes? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tapes. Something had to be on them. Well, why would they take them? And if there was nothing on them, then they would have given them back. But he's sitting there on the telephone telling them to get rid of the spare ones that they haven't found. They'll get rid of those pizza boxes, guys. Makes you strange. Makes you wonder. But that's another fish that we have to fry. You still got to hear all these other players in the game. That's only one little puppy in the game. One little DB. And we got to deal with the Deadites, which most will be dead in the head. So there must be Deadites, which is your bloody, evil dead guys. And they're the worst type, because you chop them up and all the body parts still bloody coming for you. So we're going to have to use fire and lots of it. Fire cleanses all. And if you watch every movie, so does body pump action 12 gauge. That stops a lot of things. Aliens, zombies, you got them all. They're coming in, poof, they're going back out. So I'm grabbing one of them when it comes. At least, or a double barrel like Mad Max. And that's what it's like out here too. You go out there and you got to be careful because it's like, oh, you're in the land of the road warrior. The smell of gasoline. I give you free passage to the wastelands. It's crazy out there sometimes. And you got to be careful because you don't know who's following you out there. And when you're so secluded out there, you'll be 50 Ks from the nearest person, if not further. Depending on where you're going. 100 Ks to the closest person. And you don't know who's following you up out there. And one thing with the Australian outback is so vast, so quiet, so ominous. It's scary in a whole different factor. A big, vast, open land. Ooh. You might not see anything. Look around. No trees anywhere. Okay, camp there. You'll be surprised what comes up to you. You'll be surprised what's out there in the vastness. You're really surprised. That's the thing with Australia. No, I know you got places like that around the world, but Australia on the whole, it's like that everywhere. It's got a feeling that you're always being watched. Something's always watching you. And you'll be surprised what can come up completely out of the blue. Look at something, oh my God, that's been supposed to be extinct for 38,000 years, but there it is walking nonetheless. Yeah. Oh yeah. The best one I've ever seen was, I've seen some strange things out there. I don't know a lot of strange things, but like I said, when I was younger, and we seen that big giant bangara, one of the spare ones, and he wasn't even a bangara, he's like megalodania. Oh, megafauna. And us humans, we got that written off 39,000 years ago, that one. The specimen they got in the library is probably, he's big, a little bit bigger than that one. The whole family could have ride on him or eat him. I remember seeing that as a 7-year-old boy. Mum was driving the car, and she said, "Oh, Splinter, no, that's a big crocodile. I didn't know you have crocodiles out here." And he woke up right now. We just come out of Norseman, about 140 k's out of Norseman, going towards Adelaide on the Nullarbor Plain in Australia. And he woke up. He said, "Oh, there's no bloody crocodiles out here, you silly old." Well, he looks at it and said, "Well, my God, that is a big lizard." He said, "What are you doing out? You're not supposed to be out now." So this is the sort of the young one. I started to find out what he knew. And we come a bit closer. It's going across the road. Now this is bigger than the Ford Falcon that we was in. So it's a big lizard. I mean, this was huge. His head would have stood as high as this painting when I stood up looking. So it would have grabbed the Komodo dragon and shook that like it was a little skink. Right? So it was at least 5 times the size of your Komodo dragons, this one that we've seen. A big, like, it wasn't tail, he was just a big guy. Being young, we didn't know. We know Dad had to do all this stuff. We'd go out the bush. So we seen some strange stuff. So that didn't really faze us that it was so big. It was just abnormal to see such a big one. Right? And I mean, this was huge. And we now know that there's, huge, that they want to try and catch up the thing. Because there ain't nothing out there like that. Well, there is. That's a spare one. There's 4 along there. We just happened to see one. And now my old man thought it was Nugent, the one with the dual sex, the pale horse, who was actually smart and can actually be talked to. That one can't. He's primitive. He's Magdalene. He's like a fucking T-Rex. You can get his lips around you, he will tear you up and eat you. And he looked at us, and his tongue came out. It was a long tongue. And that's it. My dad said, "Oh, well, that's not him. Because Nugent's got a little blue fat tongue like a bobtail. He's something. She is something completely different. But a bangera nonetheless." Oh, very, very, and that one's bigger now anyways, way bigger. See, the old man thought back then, way back then in the 1980s, right, that, will be 1982 actually, right, back then that, well, it shouldn't be out. So my old man knew a lot of things. But yes, I seen that, and they said, "Oh, give it a roll, girl. Scotty's licking his lips now, he wants the kids now," and we're looking at the back, me and my younger brother Chris, and my brother Ricky, I think he was in there too, and we're just looking, this big, massive lizard. And we drove off. So, when I go out there and sitting out there, I don't want one of those ones coming up to me because I can't deal with them. They're crazy. They'll eat me. Nunjan's a bit different. He's smart. He's a dragon. He can be talked to. He knows language. He's a bit different there. But there's 4 spare ones that live down there along the Eucla, along the Nullarbor Plain. You've got the mother and father live in the big nickel belt, just under the super pit in Kalgoorlie. They got a little hive there. Right? And she's something else. Mum, she's just a big 10-ton. They ain't got nothing on a specimen like that one. And they know that. They've seen that, and they're a bit scared of that one. Right? But they're hibernating at the moment still. They're hibernating. Oh, they've been killed. I hope they haven't been killed. And then you've got another one down here, down south, where the Newhouse people talk about. He's a different model. Bit of a different species of Megalodon, that one, but he's still compatible to breed. A little bit smaller. But there's a place down there where the rangers won't let you go near the rocks because you come out and go on. And that's that one. So there's a few places where these things exist. They are quite real. Very real. They're just things that have been written off the periodical scale. Off the time scale. But they're still there. See, legend was that special one, Nunjan, was supposed to be there for another 3,000 years. And then when it hatched, mankind would be able to deal with it. But someone got greedy. It got out. When it got out as a young one, it was very abnormal looking. Extremely skinny, but very, very tall and very large as it was. You'll come across it, we would all shit ourselves to death. Such a strange looking lizard. Right? Oh, strange, right? Because it's dual sex. And my old man just happened to be bent over in the hole looking for these cannibal bangaras, showing the rest of these really, really dark blackfellas where these juicy bangaras were. Because they were cannibals, and the old man knew where they were. Not all of them are cannibals, just that group. My old man knew where they were, just happened to be close where that egg was. If someone's played around, seen it come out and shat herself, or the nickel belt, that nickel mine up there is rubbled through the ground, which it hears everything through the ground anyways. It's a very smart, intelligent creature. So it comes out and it looks out, and the old boy says, no, they all took off. Well, took off. All them blackfellas, all them Aboriginal men, tribal men, all took off, shat their pants. And the old man bent over and he says, what he was doing, what, something coming up to do something to me, are they? That was the first English spoke for the day, actually. And my Uncle Albert said in language, he said, no, Splinter, buddy, look behind you. And he looked behind you and he went, oh, old man froze. And he said, you're not supposed to be out. And his waddy like you see, which is a stick. But his waddy, which you built something with. And it come at him, like it would have started coming at him with the 2 steps, like it was going to rush him. And then he said, oh, hey, Nunjan, what you doing? I'll smash you, you're still only soft. I'll break you. Because he's supposed to be invincible, see? And it stopped. When it stopped, it looked at him with the eye, and that's when it imprinted fully on the old man. Nah. And the old man spoke to him like Dr. Doolittle. Told him, you shouldn't be out. Go back to your egg. I'll fix you. I'll come fix it up. I'll follow you up and fix it up. And they did that. It took off. They couldn't believe it. So they followed it up, went to where it was, and sure enough, it was back in his egg. But there was a couple of slithers of the egg broken off. My old man put them back on, and he healed them with the earth. Because this is a very special egg. Very special one indeed. It's supposed to get the sustenance out of the ground and able to reheal. The yolk inside was not like a yolk. It's more like a stomach acid. A stomach acid and a yolk. And he could hear everything coming through that egg, so he learns. He learns everything. All our drone technology, all that, he knows all that. Because he's mimicking it on a biological scale. Would you believe? He really is. He's very intelligent. And well, the old man put him back. They couldn't keep him in that nickel belt because he don't know whether someone come and disturbed him or whether the sound would disturb him and wake again. So they moved it over a period of a few days. At night time they moved it. Over a period of a few days, they moved it to another nickel belt further down. But my old man knew. He said, right, you put it here. We'll bury it, and that way someone else could deal with it in 1,000 years, because I've only patched that low up for 1,000 years. So it could be someone else's problem. And that's where it's supposed to lie. Well, money has a strange thing, It makes even the most devout tribal men turn against what they're supposed to be protecting. And of course, some man went out there who should not be named. I know exactly who he is. And what's he going to do? Try to bloody have a cage with a truck ready to go, try to break the egg, broke it off and pushed his feet through it. And it's not like a yolk, it's like a stomach acid. And started pulling him in and devouring him. So 2 men there pulled him out and realized his feet looked like they'd been boiled. And then the creature broke out. And it kept running. And it's been running ever since for about 13 years. 14 years. Now, the government sort of knew about it. But they didn't really know about it for about 2 years. Until they went up to the back of the dams. And a Japanese couple would just happen to be back up this Wongong Dam up here. Just happened to be walking along, having a look, because it's one of those scenic dams that tourists like to go to. And they're looking at there, and they said, oh, gee, look at that big lizard. Didn't know lizards that big. And there's a big white lizard, abnormal big sized one, swimming in the water there. It's beautiful water. So they went and tracked it, and that's when they found out he'd seeded all along the dams along the Darling Range. And there's quite a few dams. Right? He seeded 1 or 2 drones, because they could be classed as male, but they didn't have a sex. Right? They just had a cloaca. They were drones. Right? Drones. Oh, yeah. And they were getting rid of all the wild pigs and all the bloody pest animals. So, of course, the military started rounding them up. Now, they can round up the drones. The drones are not as strong as him. But like a drone, like modern technology with us uploading and downloading, does that with his penises. He's got 2 most monitor bungara lizards, parenti lizards, all them monitor lizards, they got two penises. And he's a female and a male. So those males that he's breeding, he sustagenates them with his penis. Right? He's not inseminating them. He sustagenates them. He puts a growth hormone into him so they can grow as big as him and mimic him. Right? He also downloads and uploads information. So any information that he's seen while he's been traveling, he will download that into them so they know what they're coming, what's coming, chasing. And whatever they've seen in that area, when they've been traveling around looking at the area, they'll upload it into him. Oh yeah, that's how this creature's running. And he's very unique. That's why they want him, because he's something totally that they're not used to. You know, we need technology to do that. He's doing it on a biological scale. And what can I say? It marries with exactly what we're doing now. He's got all those hormones going through his body, you know, at a triple pace of everyone else. Why? Because he's got both sexes happening. He will not let anyone ride him in a sense, but he'll ride everything else. So he knows he's a woman, but he also is a man. Very hard. And he's also a child. You know, it's also a free will thinking unit. That's where I come in. I've got to appear to his child. And then I have to teach him like a child. Because at the moment he's only going on what he knows. How to survive. My father told him when he was singing him in the egg as they were healing him, he said, if anyone comes and gets you, you're to run, you're to keep running, and you'll never to stop running. No, until one of us comes and gets you. You can't eat man. You can never eat man. But you can kill him. Right? So as simple as that. To defend himself. And they've already put two blokes up on him. One of them looked kind of like they tried to make him look like my old man. Foolish as they were. They just grabbed him and shook shit out of him. Now that footage used to exist on Facebook. Of course, they took that one down. People dared to put it on Facebook, put it out. But that's true. Now, there was 3 bits of footage. One where you had a big giant steel grate come up and stop him going through, and that Dungeons pushed it over, because he's far stronger than what they can imagine. And then you had another one where you've got a Black Hawk helicopter flying above him, and they dropped this wrecking ball on his head, and it bounces off his head, and he just looks up at him, straight at the camera. Now, that poor bugger, he's got his eye to the sky all the time, running around. Now, you know how the polar bears bust through the snow and get the seal. Well, that's how he's going to eat. When he finds those other smaller bungaras, he'll smell them out and he'll go bang straight through the ground and pull them out like that. It's amazing to see. I hope to go out there and find my gold, and then the last part of the trip, I'll go on a expedition, and hopefully it'll come to me. Hopefully I might even get a little bit of footage from a distance. But I will be dealing with the military as well. Simple as that. Going back into the grinder again and have another bloody set of guns at my head again, wanting me to sign up things again, and then I tell them I don't have to sign shit, and you can't stop me from doing what I'm doing. And technically, they can't. But if they want to force the issue and put a bullet in my hide, well, I'm not invincible. But I will try. Talked my way around it last time, so I got access to some areas where a lot of people don't. They leave me right the hell alone. Maybe one day they're hoping that, maybe they're watching me, but they're not. Only this YouTube. The government stay way away from me. They're a bit scared. They're scared what I got in mind, because I don't refer it to as Munjin, the creature. No. I refer it to as my pet, because it belongs to me. I got the keys in my pocket right here. Put the full stop on him. See, that full stop I got to put the full stop on life. Well, it's a life killer. It generally will go for the females because they're life givers. And him being half a female, he'll pull straight up on that one. He'll know you don't want to come. And just like that, see? Have you Christ? Death is nothing. If you have Christ, death is nothing. Well, a little bit. A little bit of a challenge. But not too much. No? Depends. You are allowed to fear death. Depends on how you're going. But sometimes, depends on how you're going. You don't have to fear death. It's good not to have no fear. I like to do that. I like to think that I got no fear. But law of averages, some of the things I see is going to make you jump no matter what you do for it. But when it jumps out, you go, oh shit, it's going to make you jump a little bit. Some of the things I got to be with. But yes, old the pale horse, old Nunjan, and all the spares. Old other things out there too. There's another old model engine. Because they speak like, oh, that's the engine that lives down there. And they got 4 spare engines there. Mum engine and dad engine. And you've got the Nunjan engine, supposed to be the biggest engine on more. But there's another older model engine. And he doesn't use 4 legs to run around and self-sustentate that engine. No, it's a she. And she is big. Old, very old. I kind of think maybe the last of a kind in that area. If any area at all, probably the last of a kind, totally. And she's a monster of a thing. And her motor goes like, yeah. And well, she's over 55 foot long, so she's pretty big. As round as a 40-gallon drum in the middle. Easily eat 10 to 12 men before it slow itself up. But it doesn't eat them like a normal snake, because it's not a normal. It's got a whole different jaw line, that one. The ones they designed, they don't like open the mouth right up and swallow the prey whole. No, they like to grab you and rip parts off, tear you apart and swallow you bit by bit. And you'll never know, especially if you go out that area because she's guarding something. You will never know. The moment you see the scales, it's too late. You're dead. She's already surrounded you. She's that big. And there's a time limit. There's a certain time you go there to check a certain place. It's a time limit. You got to be in and out. You don't ever stay there at night because you will wake up inside a belly. Just as simple as that. That's actual law. Law. And actually proper law too. That's the tribal area. No woman's allowed to go in there for a start. And no one else but the tribal people are allowed to go in that one. Even the government will have to come and ask the permission to go there because of the sacredness of the place and what is there. And that's it. We haven't showed the government what's there. They just have to respect what we've told them. But she is massive. Now, I've met the warden. Now, the warden's like, he's a half-half. He's like our modern-day boa constrictor. But he's like her. No, she's like a titanoboa. Something different. Something different. She's very scary. I seen her from a distance. It's because my father showed me what her time scale was, so I know her time when she moves. But as soon as you go in there, that's when that time starts ticking, because she can feel your vibrations. And she protects that area. She knows you're not supposed to be there. And the ones that are supposed to be there can talk to her. My father was one that could. But he said, no, I'm not going to take you to her. There's no need. She's alive. That's all I need to know. That area is protected. I'm going to go and show you her husband, the warden. So we went down there and seen the warden. Well, the warden's 26 foot long and moves as fast as a bloody dog. Now, this old man, he said, it moves fast, Michael, so you want to be ready for yourself when I get you to come up where you're going to come up on it. So why do I got to come up on it? He said, oh, I want you to see it, and then I want you to bring it to me. So I think, hang on a sec, this old bugger's using me as bait. So in we go. And the way he taught me out in the bush is like, that's the deep sea. And if you go deeper, you're going to find real crazy sea monsters. So he's sitting there with his mental cord, mental pump, pumping the oxygen into me. And I'm going deeper and deeper into the fucking ocean. yeah, like that. So I'm sitting up on top of this ridge, and it's about 6 meters high from where this bunch of holes are that run along this ridge line, where a track goes into that area. Now those holes, they're as round as a man. You can climb down them, right? And along where that cliff line there is, he's got a big whole chamber in there. And he can come out any one of those holes he wants. So if you go walking into there, he'll just come out behind you, follow you up. And We'll never see you no more. Right? He's like a big main leader of all the fences. I'll tell you about them in a minute. The fences, yeah. Well, he's the biggest one. He sorts all the fences out. The fences misbehave, you're going to eat them. But he also eat you, too. He's a big, like I said, he's half a boa constrictor, half something else. Now, I was looking at him. I'd seen him come out the hole, and I seen how big his head was. And I just, like I said, he might be fearless, but I seen his big head come out. I thought, holy fucking shit, this is a really big snake. The biggest one I like seeing. I seen the big snake, but I wasn't ready, so how big. Now, when it come out, he's looking like an old man. He said, he's like an old man, Michael, but this bugger can move, trust me. And he said, looking out, he's looking out. I got a little stick, like the old man said. And he said, don't chuck it on him, because you'll set him off. Chuck it to the side of him, because then that old bugger knows that somebody's there, and he knows he's in trouble, because he's very cunning, and no one's supposed to be able to creep up on him like that. See, where Dad told me to come from, the sound doesn't go through the rocks, and he wouldn't have heard me coming up on him. Otherwise, he would have felt the vibrations for you coming hundreds of meters away. That's the secret, see. So it stops, and notices the stick, moves his head slightly back, gets a little lick of his tongue, and slowly starts turning his head like, and this is the freakiest, because snakes, they're snakes. They're supposed to, we get told they're fucking bit more primitive. This seems acting like a fucking human. Looking up to like to see it at me. And the moment it spotted me, right, it fucking darted off. It just turned its head back and darted straight off into the bush, ripped all the bush up, come right around, and I seen it go across the track and start coming up the fucking ridge where I was. Well, that's it. I was off down the back of the track down there, fairly good, and I could hear this bugger coming after me through the bush. It sounded like someone rolling one of those tractor tires after me. It was crazy. And I'm running down the bush, got down the hill, and I've already gone past this patch of bush where I've zigzagged in and out, right? So I went back in there and I started zigzagging in and out, and I got my calf out and went up the top, sat there with my bow and arrow, waiting for it. And he's come there, and that slowed him down. Right, that slowed him down. Because he didn't know exactly where I went, because I just went in there fresh. But he's smart too. He smelled my fresher ones, and he got in the track. When he come out there, he seen me with the bow and arrow. He stopped. And I took off again. And he come fucking right in. That's when he come over the hill, and he seen my old man sitting there under a tree. And the snake stopped. Right? If you go out to a place like that, and you see an old man sitting out under a tree with no car and that around, well, you be careful before you go and approach that spider, because he's going to eat you. Right? And that's what we did. We set him up. Right? And I was back up the ridge, higher up, and then he looked up, and he was seeing me with my bow and arrow. It would have took 3 or 4 to stop him. I wouldn't have killed him. It's quite a big snake. And the arrows I got are not very strong in poundage, but it would have stopped him from getting me. That's the whole point. He wanted to know. We outsmarted him. And then that's my old man, he spoke to it. He spoke to it in language I don't learn. He hasn't taught me those language, because the women are supposed to teach you. My mother's Greek. So we followed the rules a different way. But I know it in the English way. And it knows me. It knows who I am. It knows my voice now. And I can speak to it slightly in English. And it'll give me a free pass through there. It won't bother me. It'll just stay in its hole and let me go. Because I'm supposed to be in there. I'm a bit of an insurance policy. Make sure everyone's keeping what they're supposed to be doing. Now, the other fences, well, they're other big giant, pythons. Up to 20 foot. Sometimes they can get up to 25 foot. Very big pythons up there. And you have them placed around the area like fences. And anyone goes in there, well, they'll wrap them up in that fence. Simple as that. That's what we do. And it's like chickens and like eggs. You go out there, you get those python eggs, you put them to the side, you talk to them, you sing to them. When they hatch, they imprint on you, and you can talk to that snake. That snake is now quite knowledgeable about language. You can talk to that snake and tell it what to do, set it up, tell it how it's going to run. Then you've got the electric fences. Well, that's ones that deal with the poison snakes, which is a bit harder because they're poison. And even though if you're training them and teaching them and you're like their mother, they'll still bite you and you'll still get poisoned. So it's a bit more trickier with the poison snakes, but it can be done. I've seen it done with electric fences. That's when you know you're not really supposed to be in that area at all. But, there's ways around fences, like they say, too. So, but that's it. That's the warden. Just showing you the footage alone is worth a lot of money, but I'm not really going to show you that footage. I'll show you footage of other things. I'll show you footages of those fences, but I won't show you the warden, and I won't show you, the big girl. I won't show you her. They've got to be protected. They've lived their life long enough. Let them go. That's my belief. They're not hurting anybody, and they're protecting and guarding an area that no one should be allowed to go to anyway. Things there that no one should know about. One day you might see them, but no one should go there. Very sacred place. Very sacred things. Very sacred things. I know exactly what's there. I even know the combination and how to open it. Not many do, if any. Yes, I was put in as an insurance policy. Make sure things are done. My family is bound to it by a blood curse, and simple as that. I was bound to doing this, whether I like it or not. It just happens to be, it falls on me now. I get it done, And we'll see where we go from that. I know once I do this, any money that I ever want, I'll probably name my price. At the end of the day, if I go and make friends with Nunjan, which I will be able to, well, technically, I've just tamed the dragon. They've been chasing around all the king's horses and all the king's men, all the Commonwealth forces and all the billions of dollars they've resourced and spent trying to keep it away from the nickel belt, from his mother and father, so I can kill the dad and breed with the mother. Otherwise, you're going to get evil, bad ones, not like him, smart. See, the drones are smart like him. And if he goes to his nickel belt, well, what? In the South, you're not allowed to unalive a snake. Yeah, well, that's crazy, though, because you got a lot of those pythons that are invading in over there. You see, I've seen those python hunters in America. They're not even from America, and they're just going crazy, and they're big and huge. So you have to have some sort of policy. But yes, snakes. Now, I know in the Bible it says the snakes of the world and crawling on their belly is evil. Technically, a lot of them are. There's a poison. Technically, evil uses a lot of that snake symbolization in their work. But I also know different. Because also the rainbow serpent is a snake. And she is the giver of life. So it makes me wonder why these religious men that write this and say God says that he doesn't like snakes. Well, why would he create them? In the sense of that. And he didn't create everything. He just inherited to look after it. And everything now is being manipulated and fashioned the way he wants to look after it. So, in a sense, he can claim the creation. Right? He's now in charge. He's the man who is supposed to always look after the universe and make sure life goes on. Eventually, when he wants to retire and go on to something else, his son Satan was supposed to step up to the top of the throne. But old Dick Lips wants to get up there too early, so we had to kick his ass out of heaven, and here we are. As simple as that. And you can't go blaming God, because he's a bloody genius, He's infallible for a reason. Because who kicked him out of heaven? It wasn't God. It was this guy. Right? So if you're going to blame why Satan's down here running amok, well, have a look at me. Don't blame God. See, God's infallible. So he's always got a fool guy. He's smart. And as bad as that seems, I'll cop the blame because that's what I'm built for. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's just how it is. I have memories that I know I shouldn't have in my 50 years that I've been alive on Earth, but I got them nonetheless. I've got all the information. I've even got a government letter saying they know exactly what I got. And pretty much I've not been stopped doing what I want to do anywhere in some of the most delicate areas where no one else is allowed to go. It's like I say to my nephew, he says, why do you just look at those signs that no one go further because of the old mines? And I said, because it's not quite like that. So that's a brand new sign. And we'll go out there about 150 k's into that bush, and we'll sit there and we'll probably have the military pop up on us before anything else. What are you doing here? Why are you here? In sniper gear and everything. like it happened before to me. I just put them straight. I just put the full stop on them too. Told them what I'm about, who I'm about, what I'm there for. And then when I start rattling off more about the creature that they're chasing, they just go very quiet and not look at each other and say, oh shit, we should be sitting here listening to this man. Hello, Kiki Eyes. I see you there. I see you there. I'll go through the chat and see who I got here. You got Fafi, Kiki Eyes. You got little Lee, which, got it going, but yes. Oh, that's it. I got you too. Oh, that's good. It's good to see you guys. I hope you're not working yourself to death. No, that's the next thing, job for me. But I don't really want to work for anyone but God and myself. And I got a chance now to go out there and find myself a bit of gold. And hopefully, I find enough I don't have to worry about money for a little while. That'll be nice. That would be really nice. And I'll take you out in this Cameron experience. Just got to get a few things sorted. But it's time to go now, and time to go out just before Christmas. And hopefully I can pick myself up a nice little Christmas bonus. That'd be too lovely to find a couple of real big nuggets. Oh, man. That'd be nice. I can survive on very little. Very little. Most people need those billions of dollars. I want all the billions. It'd be nice to have $1 billion. It really would. I'm not going to say it wouldn't. No bloody way. I'd like to have $1 billion. Yes, but I'm comfortable if I can get a couple of million through my own hard work, digging, set myself a goal like the rest of those gold prospectors do. Say this season I'm going to collect this many ounces, and away I go. Might even see me start doing my own gold prospecting channel, run a bit of a side thing. Depends. I've got to do things for myself. You've got to go forward. And I get to myself to a base where I don't have to worry about jobs or bloody anything else or money coming in. And too lovely. I'll be able to do more online here in a far better fashion with a far better technology than, how would you put me, in a bloody closet because I've got a phone. Funny, ain't no one come and told me I'm in a closet yet. I think they're a bit shitty bum. They'll do that to a woman though. Funny. Throw the shit out of a woman, but won't attack the guy. The only ones that attack me are bloody 14-year-old Roblox party players. They're the only ones got nuts. And there are nuts too. Where you come to attack the Archangel Michael. Come on, now I kill trolls for a living. Pretty silly. I know this name is so powerful. I go to all the enemy chats. Most of them I get a hearing at. There's only one. It's only one. Yes, it's always good to see everyone. It's only one, well, maybe two. Maybe two that might kick me out of the chat. And that one, well, we know about that one. Old flapping dead bird. But I miss the good old days. Now it's a whole different band game. Now we're dealing with the real stuff. Not just the trolls trying to disband us to the side. We're dealing with real people. Real bad guys. Real enemies. Real stuff. Young girls found in bloody Teslas and stuff like that. And well, Jag had it on live. Well, what she showed? She showed you the triangulation and found that's the same place. Two different addresses, which is, well, technically illegal by zoning, unless as I said, it was a duplex and they made it one. You'd have to be a bit more research in that, and then you've got it all like that. Well, and then the manager owns it, so nothing sus there. All a big cover-up job, all a tax dodge. Strange. I mean, you have to find out what happened to it. You can't just say, oh, yeah, we found this guy's Tesla. There's a torso in it and the head. Pretty deteriorated, happened to be this girl. And then been heard more about it. That was a life, a young girl. Snuffed out. There must be more done. Must be more done. Crazy. Crazy world we live in. Lots worse happens. But that's just something that we have as a family dealing with Jag. I don't mind doing that. I like doing that. I like being with the family. I like doing what I do. Maybe I should moderate a little bit better how people should say, but, shit happens. Can't always be, perfect. Only one's perfect, God. That's why he's infallible, guys. And as a man, well, I make flaws. I make flaws all the time. I'm subject to what a man has to do. It's not easy being a man that is intelligent, that knows when you say certain things, people perceive you as a nut. So to come at you and say I'm the Archangel Michael, well, far out. Don't you think I know that's going to sound crazy as fuck? But it's true nonetheless. I can prove it. No, why would I have a letter from the government proving I'm chasing the pale horse and that's how I really got my pet and I got these stones and yeah, we know what you got. And they would have sent a letter back at all. They would send a white truck. Shut me down from actually talking to the Prime Minister's office. That's right, the Prime Minister, top dog, from his office. So what can I say? That's a receipt, like the receipt of receipts. Isn't the government supposed to be the guys that's where the buck stops for being truthful? No, it defies the logic. That creature actually is real. An official government letter says it's real. So, I've just got to go out and prove it. And we'll see whether YouTube allows me to air it. Because they took those off of Facebook when it first came out. Quickly split very, very fast. Something I don't want the world knowing about. If you knew that there was a mystery out there, a mysterious, beautiful creature like that, big lizards like that, and one that's like a dragon, wouldn't that get a bit more mysterious hope and wonder in the world? Or would they rather keep you doom and gloom and keep your fairy stories locked up in a book? It's up to you. I choose freedom. What I've got to do with that creature is part of the process to make sure life goes on forevermore. That creature is invincible. There's only one thing that can kill it, and that's the spearhead in my pocket, because it's made out of a metal that doesn't come from Earth. It's the same spearhead, the top of the pen of life, that wrote the story of life to begin with, so I can unwrite it. Right? That's him. Mother Nature's signature is in that creature. 10,000 galaxies strong. 10,000 galaxies long. Miniaturized down and put inside that creature. Simple as that. That's how powerful it is. That's what it represents. And I've got to make sure it's immortal forevermore. So what better thing to do than give the items that can kill this dragon to the dragon himself? And no one knows where a dragon's hoard is. You see what I mean? And then after that, he would look at me and he'd think, well, this guy has just saved my ass. Nothing can kill me now. I'll protect this guy like a shield. And that's what it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to ride him, because that's the pale horse. I'm trying to stop death from ever getting on that bugger. But we can ride the drones. And when I settle him down, well, maybe he might breed us a few females with some eggs. And then we can have a whole new species of protectors. All keyed in to a few control words. All good. And only women can ride them. I'll be the last man to ride any of them. And then man will no longer be in charge. Women will be in charge. And those shields will make sure of it. There's all your finance, all your money, all your bloody protection, all your bloody shit you need to fight against the devil when they come. And there you go. Simple as that. Not the devil you got to worry about. Not the devil you got to worry about. He's my job. I'll worry about him. There's other guys you got to worry about. You got to worry about those ones coming out the abyss yet. You got two of those guys coming out yet. And then you got to deal with that big Leviathan. You got that one coming yet. And then Jesus, he might rock up and show you what the real saving is all about. I save a few, let you know what's happening, but I'm here to do a job. And if I can't do that job the way God wants me to do it, I'm to go another way. Right? I'm to become the tail rider of myself and actually ride him, become death, and control death, because that's pure life. And I gotta have death chase me and all bloody hell chase me, trying to get me off that dragon. And that's what that metaphor means. Pale horse rider comes out, and death and all hell chases after him. Comes after him, you know? Not comes after him to annihilate the world, no, comes after him. He's going to try and run that bloody horse as fast as he can go. Keep going, for as long as he can stay alive as a man. Keep the secret away from them, because there's things that are going to go in him that mankind is not trusted to have. You can always wipe yourself out now. But why should I give you the biblical thing that can do it for real? No, it's got to be put in the place that no man can ever get. And that's that dragon sword. Only Nunji knows where he's got it. I know, but I'm not telling you. I'm going to do some things that you're not going to believe. If I get to film it, you film it, you're going to, Jesus, bloke is doing some crazy ass shit. And then when you see the creature come up, you wonder why I was doing that crazy ass shit. One thing I know, Nunjin has never seen something like this before. He'd be curious at that. He'd be very curious. Very curious indeed. The moment he comes up on me, that's it. I pull out that full stop. Even if it's running at me like a T-Rex ready to eat its prey, he'd stop and he'll look and he'll rear up and won't come anywhere near me while I got that full stop. Won't touch me at all. Knows exactly what it is. And that's it. No freak anyone that's watching out there, government or bloody military, if they want to try and follow me around. No, they'll freak the shit right out of them. And then they'll want that. They'll want to control me then. And well, what do I do then, guys? No, I'm a man, susceptible to man laws. So I gotta think like an angel. Maybe I have to get on top of that bugger and ride him after all so we can get away. Because he's bloody fast. He's extremely fast. We'll see. We'll see. I might just have to give it him, tell him what he has to do it, or she has to do it, and that could be it. No, as easy as that. So I want it to be that easy. It'll be so sweet. But I think it's going to be a little bit harder. I don't know how they pushed him. He's got all those chemicals going on like a transgender man, but he's actually is transgender because he's a hermaphrodite. He's got both sexes happening. So he's got the female hormones going through him. He's got the male hormones going through him. He's come out into an area where he's not supposed to be treated like he is. His helicopter's fucking shooting him and shit like that. Everyone chasing him, trying to catch him. Everyone trying to hurt the fucker. He's running around there like he got a brain like an AK-47 ready to fucking assassinate everybody. So I don't know whether he's going to be as crazy as a nut, but just run straight through the grandmother no matter what, you know what I mean? He might just look at that full stop and not give two fucks about it. Who knows how they've got him running. I kind of think he's going to pull up as soon as he feels that full stop. Because he'll realize, my God, they've actually come for me. That old man that I imprinted on, he was right. I'm not sure about this guy. He looks like him, but he doesn't have blue eyes, so I wonder what he is. I haven't seen that one before. That's what I gotta be. I gotta be something like him. Something you haven't seen before. It's very tricky. I gotta use the old way, the new way with God, right? And something right on the spot. But it's gotta be recreatable. So it can be a ceremony that can go on forevermore. And not a ceremony as in a bad ceremony or a devil ceremony. A new ceremony, a new way. The new way. The new way of life. The new way of being. The new way of religion. Where we marry nature into God. Where this dominion that we have over the earth and the animals will be changed. As you will see, if you don't, I'll put an animal have a dominion over you. I'll go and talk to him and say, right, this is where your mum is. Go and kill your father, have sex with your mother, and when you both breed eggs, oh yeah, both breed eggs, they'll come out all like crazy T-Rexes, and this human race will have a whole new species to contend with, as they're the bottom, and this one's at the top. You imagine that, like him, impenetrable, all your bullets and tanks and shit, running around tearing into you. You ain't gonna stop all those dragons. You ain't gonna stop them all, right? They'll just keep breeding. You have a new dominant species. That's what he's designed to do. You piss fight him around. Now he could go something totally different. That one. He could thought, right, I'm gonna fucking invent a pathogen, right? And when I fart out this pathogen out of me, it's gonna anyone that touches it is gonna die. How do I know he's not gonna do that? That's how unique this creature is, right? He's very special, very unique, one of a kind. And I'm going to show you him, show you her. They call it Wara Wara, which means fire one, or fire fire. No, crazy, crazy fire, too. There's a couple of words that Wara Wara means, but it's not. That's Nunjan. Nunjan, the marrow inside the bone. Nunjan, translated to English, means marrow. Like I said, the marrow inside the bone. The bone and the life cannot grow without that Nunjan. You know, your bone marrow shits itself in your body. You need a transplant, or you will not generate white cells to regenerate your body. Your sickness level will go up. Bone marrow, Nunjan. And what we teach you is to break the bone. We break the bone for you a bit. And it's you who has to learn how to get that all out in one piece. That's the knowledge. That's the way of the things. You know? We show you directly. You're not going to really learn things. That's why I don't have any of this bloody you-hearted to have pictures and everything that everyone else got. I say the truth. I expect people to go out and find it for themselves. And when they find it for themselves, it sinks in. They learn something. I just show you, you can just agree with the time, and in about 20 minutes' time, you'll forget that one. It won't sink in at all. It'll be just hidden here now going. But to actually learn something, well, it feels much better and much more satisfying when you find out yourself. Most of the stuff you go find on Wikipedia. No, at the moment, you've got to go with Wikipedia because that's the accepted fact bloody platform. Despite the fact you don't know who's running it now, and they can put any bullshit there. So believe half what you see, half what you read, and half what you hear. Because everything's susceptible to illusion. You know? It's like him as a bush magician. He was using those drones as an illusion, first off. Beat him up the same size as him, they look like the same thing. And then he's running along with the helicopters chasing him on the top. He would dart into a place through a dark, thick bush so he knew they couldn't quite see him. And now see him dart that way. So they'll chase him that way. Not realizing that they're chasing now the drone. And he's sitting back there watching them laughing. They worked that out, of course. They worked it out to push him around and breed those drones. Because they're a little bit more docile. You can capture them. And whatever they're doing to them, they're controlling them. Probably putting somebody mind bloody collar over them, drew it in their brains or something. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all. No, yes, wouldn't be surprised what they're doing to those poor creatures. How many times they've been genetically cancer? I know they've already got them over in America. You have a look at the reports you got there. Just be down in that Texas area. Any meatworks factories. You need to have a look at what happens in those. One or two of those getting attacked by some sort of a strange creature and its babies. So what are they genetically making? Because there's no female ones unless they genetically enhance them and make them. Things that say megalodania. Megalodania don't exist in America, but they've got reports of it. You get that. You get that, the big things. You know? Oh, cognitive dissonance, people. We are taught the way the world is, but you're going to find out a lot of what we're taught is not really how it is. And the cognitive dissonance comes in because when I show you and you're supposed to learn these things that are not supposed to be, you're going to have a hard time trying to copy it. Hard time trying to fathom it because everything you've been taught. Not everything that we're taught is wrong, but a lot of it is. It's misleading and has been done that way to create power base. If we knew the truth, well, you would realize that the Egyptians did levitate those stones by using one person at a time. Quite simple. Told you, you get those people, you bloody get all, put your hands on the table, and the table starts levitating through natural energy that's in the earth. Everyone can take their hands off that table. One person can have their hands on top of the table and still be floating. Usually when that happens, they shit themselves, take their hands off, and it drops. But if you can get rid of that fear factor, whoa, you can make a whole 10, 20, 50-ton stone levitate, and one person keep their hands on top and just push it along. Simply through the natural mind and the power of the earth. You know? That's like when they have a Ouija board. They know that it has an effect on some sort of energy force on the earth, or you wouldn't have Ouija boards, or Ouija boards, or whatever you want to call them, because they're spelt Ouija, so I don't know where you're getting Ouija. Right? I don't know where you're getting that one. But anyways, about the Ouija board, you know, selling in the kids section in fucking Kmart used to, like a kids game. They enjoy it. You get the glass to move around, get the bloody thing that will spell out these names. Like as a game. And you get it readily everywhere. You can even make it up by just cutting your paper and shit. Depends what you do. Depends what you do. You could do that there with a glass. And you get the smoke. And you blow the smoke into the glass. That's really powerful, that one. You don't play doing that one. You keep with your little bloody lock. I say stop playing with your kitty magic anyways, because sometimes you're opening up stuff that you shouldn't be opening. And it depends where you are. Depends what happens there. You know, you're in a clear space. Yes, you can do that, but you're in a place that's got a bit of a activity there. You might open up a rift, open up something you shouldn't be opening. Might not be to hell. Might be to some sort of other realm, other demon, other things that want to get out and grab you. Shit happens, guys. Spirit world is always there, but you're going to find you're going to get hurt in the physical more than you will the spirit. But the spirit world is there. Hopefully, this trip I got planned in a few weeks, we ought to see what the real Archangel Michael is all about. Whether he can keep his mouth where his mouth is about this pale horse dragon. That pale horse himself, is he real? Oh yes, he is very real. Getting the footage of him, getting it out, is a bit of a different story. They might not want me to let that full footage out. Even though they let me put that letter out, my channel gets attacked hell of a lot. I get struck against me for no reason. Why have you done this? Oh, yeah, well, sorry about that. That's a technical area. And then I'm back on again. Oh, yeah. Just enough to mess me around. They started doing that just before I went on the live. I said, oh, you buggers. They wouldn't let me, this phone wouldn't even bloody upload properly. I messed far around with that. So, I'll be going to the phone doctor, getting a proper phone, getting this virus out of this one, and starting afresh. But we need money for that. And money's out there in the field, in the gold. Let me show you all about the gold fields. While I'm on the way, I'll show you all the secrets I can. And if we're really lucky, we'll see ourselves a dragon. So, this is the Archangel Michael signing off for now. Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you for coming, Margie, Kiki Eyes. Hope you're not working too hard. I hope I'm not bothering you on your working day. And anyone else, come here. Thank you very much for coming. It's always good to have someone there. I hate sitting here talking to just a zero, but you know, you've got to keep going. If you're not a failure and you keep trying, you're not a failure. Remember that. Remember that. Don't listen quite to Yoga, old Yoda, how he says, oh, try, there is no try, either do or do not. Wrong, Yoda. I'm sorry, I can't believe you, Yoda. Even you know in the end that was wrong, Yoda. Because you was the Grand Master, and the Jedi Order fell under you, so how can I trust you, Yoda? And he knew that. That's why he was away in his little world of solitude. He knew he was the leader. The Empire, the Jedi fell under him, under his rulership. So he must feel like an outright bum. So knowledgeable were you, but you never seen that one coming, did you? So, in the galaxy far, far away, they got problems too. All right, I'll catch you next time. Love yous. Stay strong, be good, and God bless. See you next time, guys.